Okay, so the bottom loop is done. Did a little reconfiguration here on the table. And so you might be thinking we're going to twist the upper loop. Nope. Chuck Testa. We're going to do a whole bunch of little tricks that are going to make this string turn out much better. So first thing, take a look at this. We'll see that there's a lot of twists that were introduced into the bundles as we're making the lower loop. So now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get those out of the way. So what I'm going to do, let's start with the yellow since we're looking at it. We can see how many of those there are. So the first thing I'm going to do is secure this a little bit better. Hold. What I'm going to do is I'm going to untwist these, and I kind of keep track in my head of how many it takes before this black strand is straight. That's going to be important in a little bit here. Alright, not too bad. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to completely separate all of this all the strands in the bundle. Sometimes these things get a little screwed up. They get, some strands will end up with a little slack in them. You'll end up with something where you've got, there you can see the black really stands out as being out of place. So I just pull these all out. Kind of back to that thing of doing too much wax. The more you wax this stuff up, the harder it is to get the stuff re-separated. And as I'm doing this, I can see more, it's going to be off camera, I can see more loops coming out of this. So what I want to get to is a spot where each strand is completely independent. Alright, so there we go. We got 7 strands there. Let's see how tight this is. That's pretty good. Next thing I do is separate them all out. One per finger. Using 2 hands. Alright. And then under even pressure, I'm just going to put these back together. So then I should have one perfectly straight. A little too much pressure. Bundle. All the strands are the exact same length, or well, they're staggered, but they're perfectly in line. So now when we look at it, no strand has any slack in it. So we've got a perfectly taut strand. So the next thing to do is put twists back into this. So now I'm going to create a counter twist so that when I get to the other end and I'm tying the loop, I don't have tight bundles that don't mesh back together. So now I'm just going to start this end. We're going to work this lightly into the whole length of the string. Now for every twist I put in now, I got to do an untwist when I'm doing the upper loop. So I don't want to go too crazy here, otherwise I'll create the opposite problem. There you go. So now that one is ready. take this bundle, add the 3 strands to pad the upper loop, and now that side's ready to go. We'll do the exact same thing on this side, and this weekend we'll twist the upper loop.